The Sentinel Mindset.
What's up, everyone? Hope you're having a fantastic day. This week is a very special week for Toronto. It is actually something that puts the city on the map. This is the Toronto International Film Festival, also known as TIFF. This is basically from September 5th to the 14th. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to give you a little bit of a glimpse of what we do as an organization for the Toronto International Film Festival. I'm going to reference it as TIFF right now, what we do for TIFF, but also things that give us that secret sauce and what is kind of required for something like this. So first of all, what is TIFF? Basically, it's a gathering of celebrities that come into the city and movies are being shopped around. And really what's happening is the studios put together a movie, and then what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell it in the film festival in hopes that if it sells, then it gets streamlined into the box office. It's a big business piece. But for the general public, what this means is that you get to look at and see and witness these movies before they get to the theater, right? So I'll give you an example. Way back when, if you remember a movie called Training Day with Denzel Washington, you get to basically have an opportunity to watch this movie at TIFF, and you get to watch it with Denzel Washington in the same theater. So it's a very cool experience, and you end up getting a lot of celebrities, A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities, but more so on the A's, that are all coming down, and it's just an incredible moment of Hollywood in Toronto, okay? So that's what TIFF is. And for those of you that have never experienced TIFF, that want to experience it from a viewer side, it's definitely something you want to do. You buy your tickets and then you end up watching them in the downtown core. You watch them in the Princess of Wales and the Royal Alexander in these beautiful, beautiful theaters. And then you end up experiencing basically the whole entire rush of celebrities. It's usually placed on King Street. King Street is a place in Toronto. That is our Toronto downtown vibe. It gets hectic. They close down King, and it's just, again, it's like you're in Hollywood, right? So that's what TIFF is. Now, with that being said, what our role is in TIFF is that we're able to provide a high caliber agent, and it's usually a close protection agent. For those of you that may not be aware, close protection is also another word for executive protection. And if you want to call the slang word of that, that's called the bodyguard, right? So what we do is we provide agents for these celebrities so they're able to navigate and be basically going through their days. Where they're doing pictures or presses and watching the galas, they're basically with them for the duration of the film festival. And it's very much needed, of course, because they are celebrities and they need their protection. Now, with that being said, when you look at it from the surface, one may ask is what are the skill sets or requirements needed to do this kind of job? Well, in close protection, it's not regular security. It's not high-level security. It's its own world. It's literally like someone saying, I'm a doctor, and then you push it a little bit further and saying, I'm a dentist. Okay, great. When we talk about what a doctor is and what their education is with a heart surgeon, it'd be very different what a family doctor does. So if you look at the world of security, what someone does in the world of executive protection is extremely different to what somebody does in the world of just general security. You need a very high level of skill. So in order to be successful with your close protection assignments, you need to do a lot of preparation, a lot of advances so you can be able to know exactly where you're going to go. Oh, I'm going to pick up the celebrity from his hotel. What is my route to go to the theater? If there's construction there, how do I get to the other areas? And you're connecting with the drivers. There's a lot of planning in place. So your skill set is very high. In addition to that, there's a lot of high-level red premiere parties. These red carpet parties are basically where celebrities, directors all get together, kind of party after the premiere or before the premiere. And they're usually, again, a lot of celebrities in place, so we'll be called in for those kind of levels as well. For us, in order to prepare for this and to get ready for this, not only do we have an entire roster of highly skilled agents, okay, but the thing is you always need to be training. That's the one thing for everything. It's like basketball. If you stop dribbling the ball or stop shooting, essentially you're gonna get rusty. Same thing happens here. So for us, in addition to a lot of environments that we have training for, we put together red carpet training and close protection training for these assignments. And what we're trying to do here is recreate what someone is gonna experience at TIFF from the security side of things. That basically means that we have to put together crowds, right? Paparazzi, all the lights, vehicles coming in, pickup. When a vehicle pulls up to a premiere, what happens? Does somebody open up the door, or do you just wait for the celebrity to walk out? These are all things, as simple as they may sound, you could get completely run down in an environment like TIFF because there's so many moving parts. So we put a lot of this training together, and we do this every single year, in addition to the training that the agents are getting continuously throughout the year. And again, this is something to keep the knife nice and sharp and help us succeed. So we put a lot of these scenarios together, and then after that, bam, we go right in. So this type of work, again, it's a very lucrative piece of work. It's a work that pays well, but it's also demanding a very skilled individual. So with that being said, the number one thing I would advise anyone to understand and look for when you're seeing agents throughout the film festival is that there's a lot of planning in place. And look at body language. You'll also see agents who are poised, who are basically navigating through the process. One of the biggest telltale signs of someone that's inexperienced as an agent, and you see it all the time, by the way, you see it all the time, is someone that is supposed to be protecting the celebrity, but they're more interested in being in pictures with celebrities. And a lot of times it's looking at the eyes of the agent. Where is the agent looking? If a celebrity is, for example, signing autographs, what is the agent doing? Is he looking at the celebrity, or is he looking at the crowd's hands? Is he looking at their eyes? Is he looking at their body language? These are the telltale signs that someone's gonna react. Now that's a different episode, but I want to give you an example what makes them so qualified for these things, okay? And the other thing that you want to look at is ensuring that the experience for the people you're protecting is on a solid one. So we have some videos that we've been putting throughout this episode to showcasing what we do. I wanted you to understand that this is a big part of what we do in the industry, but it's also a big thing for the city. It really is considered one of the largest festivals in the world, and it happens in our amazing city. So we hope you've enjoyed this little episode about what the film festival is and what is required from a security standpoint. If you were ever interested in getting into executive protection, my whole thing is this: we can give you all the links and all the resources to do that, but it's something that you're gonna have to develop, and it's something that you're gonna have to choose and say, I wanna do this as a career. It's not something you can say I wanna do on the weekend because it's too demanding of a job. Hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Have a fantastic day. And for those of you at TIFF, have a great one and enjoy the movies. Take care. Thank you for joining me in today's podcast. This podcast was created for protectors in the fields of law enforcement, executive protection, security, and anyone looking to level up their mindset. If you are learning from this podcast and you're enjoying it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Sentinel Mindset. That's a zero-cost way to support us. In addition, please subscribe to the podcast both on Spotify and Apple. And on both Spotify and Apple, you can leave us up to a 5-star review. If you have questions for me or comments about the podcast or guests you would like me to consider on The Sentinel Mindset, please post all comments on YouTube. I do read all the comments. Please also check out our sponsors, thearenatoronto.com. The Arena was created to help all those in the fields of law enforcement, security, and all that achieve their fitness goals. I want to thank our producer, Matthew Doyle, and creative supports, Jaslene Singh, who help me with this podcast every week. We value your feedback and are here to support you. Tune into the Sentinel Mindset every week, where we look in the mirror to make real changes and explore what it takes to achieve greatness in your craft.
This podcast is brought to you by Executive Protection Lifestyle Canada. Make sure to drop by next week and don't forget to subscribe.